taking over the world. 7 cities at a time. It's the takeover. Hey yo, what up? It's your boy Him Music.
It's your boy DJ Wise. Be sure to tune in to 7 City Legacy Radio.
Each and every Wednesday night from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come and join the takeover on hiphophighlights.com. I believe you know, I don't think you mainstream, but you know, that's what it is. We got Nasia in the building. What's going on, Nasia?
How you feeling, good sir?
Alright, I'm feeling good, man.
Thanks, I'm feeling back.
Pleasure to have you on the 7 City Legacy Radio
geez,
show.
I'm happy to be.
So what you got for us, man? I'm looking at the album.
Looks so official.
Very official, man.
It
Very
looks
official.
so unindependent.
Right.
That's why I had a question. I was like, I
Independent.
think you're independent underground, you know, but you look like you're doing it on a major level, man.
Excellence, right.
So let's talk about the album, man.
Well, the project is called Don't Die With Dreams Inside. It kind of started with the idea of you got a certain amount of time to get the things done you need to do before you get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So let's handle them, you know.
Okay.
It's more like a project about purpose, but
Okay.
through hip hop, you know. But it's dope. But it's hip hop. I've been rhyming for 16 years, so we go in, you know, production crazy, but it's an essence, a message that's way deeper than just.
Okay.
You know?
So what are we hearing? Are we hearing straight authentic VA, or you coming from another area?
I'm here. Like I've been in Norfolk. I'm a Norfolk boy. You know,
Norfolk, okay.
a VA boy all day. But I guarantee you, it's not anything you've heard.
Okay.
I can guarantee it.
Yeah, it's not. 'Cause I think I got your
I can
sample.
guarantee it's not.
I think a sample album I got from you last time I met you guys.
Right.
And I bought that in my car. So definitely, even that presentation was not an independent as far as, you know, you think when you start from the ground up, you know, you got hard plastic.
Y'all hear that?
You got legitimate hardwood. You got preparation stuff.
The background of our team is wrapped around branding and presentation,
Okay.
and making sure that we put the same type of quality into it that you would a major artist.
You
So
got barcodes and
so we
stuff.
you know so it's absolutely going to be in the same pedigree as you know any mainstream artist. Why not, you know? So that's how we push it. So we crazy about presentation.
Yeah, definitely doing the thing, man. So, I mean, speaking of the presentation, man, I guess you had the top-notch graphic artist put your stuff together, man. Who did the artwork?
Yeah, look.
Yeah, who did that?
Look.
I need a look.
He has credits in here?
You kind of looking at them.
Oh, I'm looking at him.
Yeah.
Oh, so what you're saying is you put this artwork together?
Yeah, I put the artwork. So you know,
Okay.
some of the I'm an artist all the way around. So it kind of go beyond the music, you know.
All right. So are
a
you
huge background in design.
like a Renaissance man, or just kind of?
This street art, this you know,
Okay.
this everything. So I just admire art. I appreciate all types of art forms.
So why?
So that's what my name is Nasia, and the name means the articulate one.
Okay.
Able to
Is that on
express
purpose?
himself. Ask my daddy.
So you a name?
You supposed to have a story. You had a story for me?
I mean,
What's your name?
look, my papa's name was Herman Bernard Lee
Herman.
the second. And his option was to make his baby boy Herman Bernard Lee the third. You know.
He was
So
like,
from the womb, I'm like, Pop, this not good.
Nah.
Herman.
Can't do Herman.
Couldn't take that seriously.
Right.
No disrespect to all the Hermans out there.
Yeah, you know.
Sorry, Hermans, but this wouldn't work right now.
Yeah, but so you know, he kind of got into Islam, Nation of Islam, and went that direction. So I got an Arabic name.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, and I kept it. You know, gave it to myself.
So why don't die with dreams inside? Because I've been following you guys since
Right.
last year, May.
Yeah, what,
May, April, spring of last 2014. Yeah, 2014. I've been following you guys. So why this?
That is so good. So I look. That's the way it was given to me. I speak, have presentations, and sometimes I speak in churches, and that spirit of not fulfilling purpose was strong, and it's like you don't really hear a message like that through hip hop. And I was given the gift to be able to kind of rhyme, and I don't know, I'm like, you know what, let's kind of get it out, and it just was effortless, you know.
Okay.
So, but the purpose of it, like I said, is it's you doing that thing that you kind of love to do, that thing that touches your heart that you would do without getting paid a single dime, you know, and pursuing it until you can't pursue it anymore.
See, personally, I think that message, don't die with dreams inside. I guess it's however individual perceives it. 'Cause
That too.
I think about that. It's like, it would suck to die and not have done everything that I wanted to do.
The craziest part is I believe that's worse than death itself.
Yeah,
So
true.
if you
I got
living
you.
your entire life and never find out why you really were here in the first place.
Yeah.
And that fear is huge to me more than anything else.
Yeah.
It's crazy you say that because, not to get, I'm not trying to get emotional or anything, but my daughter's father passed away 2013. And he had like all these dreams that he did not
Wow.
do. And he was paralyzed
Right.
from like the whole left side of his body. And he couldn't
Wow.
talk for like 4 months.
Jeez.
And imagine a man
Right.
just sitting there, I'm seeing his eyes.
Bottled
Like,
up.
this thing about all the time when you just sitting home on a day off and your mind just racing, all things you didn't do, or not the
See?
clothes you didn't buy at the store,
Right.
the people that you didn't call.
Right.
And I sat there and I watched him. I was just like,
Jeez.
that changed me.
Wow.
And I realized that the dreams don't die. Like we
Right.
die, but the dreams don't.
Right,
Like,
right.
they don't. They go to somebody else.
Right.
Because if the dream is for you and you
Right.
don't do it, God's asking you to do it because it's for you.
Right.
Because you're gonna do it like this.
Right,
Because
right.
you're gonna do it. The presentation is gonna be phenomenal.
Right.
You have the graphic skills. You have
Right.
a lot of people don't have all in one.
And that, you know what, and I think that was another piece too, is,
Like
you know.
cheat code.
Like you got a cheat code, like cause
I mean, you
I like that. I like that.
you
I'm
kind
feeling that.
of, you
I'm
kind of,
feeling that.
given a whole bunch of gifts, and like if you don't use them to maximize
But
it.
there's not a lot of
You
people
know.
that have that capability
Right, it's true.
to monopolize on a product.
Right.
And then, okay, who does your graphics? You're like, I do.
Right.
No, you don't. Yes, I
Right.
do.
Yeah.
Who does your music? I do.
Right.
No, you don't. Yes, I do. Who does your shirts?
Right.
And you sitting there like, wait a minute, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that.
Right.
But your thing was you had to focus on that one main thing,
Right.
which ultimately was like effect of Caterpillar
Being
kind
able
of
to
going
share.
out and just do so many different things.
And the fuel, the passion was being able to inspire somebody else to get it out. Because it was nothing. I'm a dude from Norfolk. My family we from the hood. You see what I'm saying? My little brother, that was probably the start of it. He got murdered at 19. My
Jesus.
cousin got murdered by police at 21, and I'm experiencing all these things. It's real. Then I moved to Baltimore for a little bit, and I saw different. I saw people who were affluent. They had businesses, and I go from the park here, the hood here, to a really, really great home there. So to see the different experiences in life, when I came back, I'm like, look, something wrong. It's off here. We really aren't living. So it changed my perspective. So you got a person who got a little bit of understanding, who comes back in the same situation of hopelessness, but you're optimistic, and then you make the best out of it, and you succeed, and then you turn around, and hardly nobody else succeeds around you. But the only difference that you had that they didn't have was you got to see something different, and you apply some knowledge that wasn't there at first. So the only separation is really information and the way we process it. So, and that was it. Like, I don't know of many. So I do a lot of reading, and I do a lot of watching inspirational type things, motivational leadership things. I consume it, but I don't see any who look like me. I don't see any who's, young African American. For one, to succeed inside business world, you usually become the business world. So you can't go back to the hood.
Right.
You can't go back and feed it with a suit and tie. You can't do it.
It's funny. I'm from Brooklyn. I was born in Bed-Stuy. And I moved to East New York, 2nd grade. I used to fight, razor blades in the mouth.
Right.
I was picked on, and people that meet me now that know me, when I tell them I'm from Brooklyn, they're like, no, you're not. You're from Manhattan.
Wow.
You're from
Wow.
like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying?
Right. How was that?
I used to have to fight like every day. When I sat
Yeah.
outside, we had to sit outside and watch all the cars, and we counted how many times they came around the block, how slow they were, kids in the car. So you have this mentality to live this way every day.
Right.
See, I can go outside and breathe
Right.
to the point where I'm still outside watching like that car.
See,
The
but-
block
but-
2 times.
But you just nailed it, dude. Like, nobody can take that from you. Now, when you go inside the corporate places or the more professional scene, you still have a different fabric that they don't have. So when you're able to get what they have
Right.
and still have your fabric, being alert, like
There's no
life.
way you're from Brooklyn. You're
You
too
win.
nice.
You know.
What does that mean?
Right.
Like, because
see
I
what I
grew
mean?
up, like, I experienced things, and me and my best friend were getting talking all the time about restaurants here. Like one day we rode around like Newport, Norfolk, like all night, just looking for mad restaurants.
Right.
And he's fussing me out like, how come you don't know about this? How come you know about that? I'm like, yo, because people that I deal with don't know about these things.
Right.
So if I'm not from here, I'm from New York, and I'm coming here on my own regard. I'm knowing that the end spot, let's say, for example, is Aqua. Aqua Lounge is the Flyers Club. I know that because Hen is telling me that.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not
You
from
don't
here,
know
so
for
I'm
fact.
following
Right.
him.
Right.
But we might have the palace, we might have the
Right.
mansion, or whatever. But I'll never experience those things because who I'm
Right.
connected to
Right.
doesn't have access to them things.
Right.
So in turn, I don't have access to them things.
Right.
He looking like I'm crazy. I ain't crazy.
Right.
I just
You
don't
should-
know nobody that don't know
Say
these
that,
things.
like you just don't know, but that same frustration came from that, like we just didn't know. You know,
Right.
I was a young, I'm sure I had potential to be an absolute scholar. I didn't know what I had because nobody was there to cultivate me because they didn't know and they didn't know.
But that's
and
the
it's
thing,
always a
no
knowing
one-
thing. It's an information thing. Without knowledge, they
People get
perish.
mad about that. Like it's their
Right.
fault. Like
Right.
people like might blame their dad.
Right.
But he did what he was taught.
You know.
So you can't get mad at him if he like say he didn't
Right.
know.
His dad didn't
But we
say
don't
that.
even but we don't even do that. We have to realize, okay, well, my mom didn't know
Right.
that. But I know that she didn't know it, but I know
Right.
it now. So
See.
my daughter won't have that effect. But we be selfish information
crazy.
we don't want to share, we don't want to
Or you don't like I remember a kid. The worst thing that used to hit me, and I'm really patient now with my son, is when someone says, "Be quiet, grown folks are talking," or "You're not grown, so sit." You ever heard that? And you kind of stay in the kid's place. But when you do teach that, then you give the children the perception that all adults are they're there. They made it, and they're like the pinnacle of information. So when I become an adult, I automatically make it. And that's the wrongest perception. So once I became an adult, and I'm like, hold on, I ain't got it together, and you don't either. And you don't either. And you don't either. And when we telling these kids to just respect what these people say, and they could be, no disrespect to some, but dumb as a brick, and it's true. And the same ignorance goes, and it's just a lack of knowledge. That's it. It's just lack of information. And the music and the CD it's more of the places I've been and the understanding and information I've consumed in a platform that we all understand through the fabric of hip hop, And I hate to make it sound so deep because I guarantee you when you listen to it, it's really a pleasant listen.
Right, because I want to know more.
somebody actually what's your favorite song?
Yeah, I want to know
um,
about like the journey, like as far as putting this together.
Right.
How long,
Right.
did you put effort into this?
So, geez, me and my partner Perks, a brother from, middle school, man.
And he's on here.
And yeah,
Oh,
he's
he's
on three
featuring.
songs. Yeah.
Are you singing? You la la la?
Yeah. Well,
Little rah, 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 rah. Yeah, little rah, rah, rah. But
It started with?
what about 2012? I think I had two songs. I had Success. So I'm
I
sitting one
believe that's
day
the one that's on your.
the video on YouTube.
No, there's the colorful one with the
Right.
front of it. is
Yeah, that's it.
colorful.
The
I believe I
EP.
have that one on my car.
Right, Success.
Mhm.
So I think I had the song since 2010.
Wow.
And it just did nothing. And I stopped. I just completely. I didn't make music anymore at all. But just one day, it clicked. Like I did another song and it felt good. I'm like, hold on, And I had a wealth of knowledge by this time. I read 20 books, and now I'm in corporate life, but I hate it because they don't have any understanding of the place I'm from, so I really don't fit in well.
Mhm.
You see, so I'm like, well, somebody need to share it. Anyway, so we started talking. I'm like, I think I'm gonna make an album. Make an album. But it was deeper. He was starting a clothing company at the same time, and we were like, let's simultaneously do this. We've been working together for a long time, and the clothing and the branding, and we've had design companies before, and we said, the same energy we love to see somebody else succeed at, we're gonna pour all those resources back into ourselves. And we're gonna create a platform for ourselves to show people that you really can do things, even on a smaller level, with absolute excellence, and then manipulate the process, and then be able to duplicate it really easily. So everything we've done is documented and it's done, and from being able to share with radio personalities and videographers and engineers, everything's documented. So anything we did, we could process it and do it easy because it's about us being able to give back. So
you say you've been doing your thing 16 years.
rapping, right.
So is this your first official album?
Actually, I changed my name. So I have an album I released in two. So I released one in 2010, and that's on Amazon,
Like,
iTunes.
this
But
was
I
your
went,
first one.
but I went under the name Meta, like
Okay.
medicine, MEDA. So if you ever Google Meta and the album's called My First Life, you'll hear My First Life. You'll hear the pain.
So this is life before.
Right, it's life
this.
before that. It was the darkest place I've been. This was right after my brother's death and my cousin's death and 1, 2, 3 evictions and
Right.
and it's real.
So if you could sum that Meta album,
Right.
what was the name of it?
My First Life.
My First Life. So if you could sum that up in one word, like describe
Needed.
needed.
It was needed.
Okay.
Because without that pressure, you can't become what you were supposed to be.
Without
So
that
I'm-
purpose, you would not peak to your fullest
At all.
purpose. And when you get, and people don't realize that, a lot of us are missing
Right.
one key factor.
Right.
It's that one thing in our brain that we don't want to acknowledge because it doesn't make sense to us.
Right.
We have to dig into a part that we don't really want to dig
Right.
into. But the minute we accept all of that and
Right.
we get to that
Right.
point, we have.
You gotta face it. I have a song on Don't Die With Dreams Inside called The Joy of Pain. And it really details you have to become almost obsessed with going through the things because going through it is only opportunity to get stronger. But without the resistance, without that thing, you don't get stronger. So you can go and just go through it, but the thing that separates me from a lot of other artists, everything is I had to design to eat. Like I didn't make a flyer that night. I go home and it's ramen noodles for me and my wife and my son.
Right, right.
So it created a different sense of hunger for me. So now when I do it, I'm like, you kidding me? Like you can't outdo me. You're not gonna outgrind me because I've been through some serious pain, and everybody has. But the way you process it is different. Mine is fuel. I like it. So I know when you come and you go through some stuff, I'm like, boy, this reward about to be something else. And I go through it with that type of understanding. And I know it's weird, but if you listen to the song, you kind of understand.
No, you're not.
Yeah, that's what's up.
People go through stuff.
And speaking of the music, Wise, you ready to get into some music?
Yeah, that's him drawing off the top 5 mix. He was featured last in his previous week.
Yeah, what?
Okay, all right. So Wise.
DJ, what? Much love, brother.
All right, Seven City Legacy. We here with Nasia. Keep it locked. Hip Hop Highlights. Let's go.